Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to this CTFO training event. My name is Adam Levy from Canton, Connecticut. So glad that you could join us here tonight. We are going to get started. We're going to be talking about some great topics and have some great training for everybody. Let's just see if we can find the thing where you share your screen. Here we go. Okay, please stand by. Fantastic. All right. So we're going to talk about how to hit 10K in 62 days. The only reason why we can talk about this is because some people have done it, and we want to hear what they're doing and how they're doing it. And I'm sure a lot of you would like to know how to get there as quickly as possible. You know, before we get going, let's just talk a little bit about the new gig economy. We've got some new people on the line, and some people maybe looking at this for the first time. This is more of a training today, but I do want to go over just some things why we are having the kind of growth that we're having. And we are having some pretty amazing growth right now. Last week was the company's biggest week in history. And really the reality is more and more people than ever are looking for a way to earn from home. And this is not going to be changing anytime soon. Even though we might get back to some kind of a new normal, people will never forget the day that they had to stay home. My question for you is were you prepared? You know, did you have a secondary income stream in place? Better yet, will you be prepared next time? I know it sounds awful, but there is going to be a next time. People are looking for ways to figure out how they can have a residual income coming from home. And we've got one of the best, if not the friendliest, free distribution system platform available online today with basically a wholesale buyers club with over 80 top quality wellness products. You don't have to inventory anything. We direct ship for you. We drop ship right to your customer to 22 countries. And we offer an absolutely no risk 60-day money back guarantee. So no one ever gets hurt, which is awesome. You know, any business that you do this week, anybody that goes to your website, places an order, you get paid next Wednesday. And that's, you know, about as good as it gets. So, you know, we've got something that everybody is looking for right now. They're looking for a way to make money from home. They're looking for a way to build their immune systems up. We have products that certainly help in that area. And it's free to join, free websites, free back office, and we're offering free training to help people get started. So it's no wonder we are on the upswing and just moving in a very fast direction. We give people a beautiful website, gorgeous websites, in fact, as part of their free business. And it just makes you look professional from day one. Again, it's a plug-and-play system that makes a huge difference. So please mute yourself out if you're not muted out in the background there. That'd be great. Hit the mute button. Thanks. We can hear you. I'm going to talk about starting conversations. And really, that's what this really boils down to. Our business is about starting as many conversations as you can and then moving the conversation forward. Great training that we put together over at cbdbizcards.com under the social media marketing tab. That's kind of where it all starts. There's a new associate training there, as well as copy, messaging, responses, links, pretty much everything you need to be able to be good and get good at messaging. And really what we're doing is sorting, not convincing. We're not twisting people's arms. We're looking for the people who are ready to be doing this right now. And so we're sorting through people as fast as we can to find the ones that are ready. Take your emotions out of a business process that works. Don't worry about how you feel about it, because that's going to get in the way. If you start thinking about, you know, what will this person think if I send them a thing? What will that person think? You're just not going to get very far. Take your emotions out. This is a process that works. Messaging works. And if you can commit to a certain amount per day, you're going to end up with an incredible business that's growing rapidly, and you're going to start getting weekly checks every Wednesday from this company. Remember, it's all about their timing, right? It has nothing to do with your timing. We know you're ready. You're on this call. You're on this Zoom webinar. You're involved now. Your timing is perfect. Their timing may not be. For whatever reason, you don't know what's going on in their life, the different things that they're dealing with. But if they're sharp people, then you'll be glad that you had a professional approach. And this is very important, is that you approach people professionally, a way that you would want to be approached. And that's got to be something that's comfortable, easy to do, doesn't take a lot of time. And that's something that we're going to be teaching on this call. on this webinar. Follow up and build a relationship. Your ultimate goal with anything that we're sharing with you today is to build a long-term relationship. The best way to do that is once you've got their attention, once you've gotten the conversation to a place where they've got some good questions, pick up the phone. Everything we're doing here is to get people off of line and on the phone so we can have a conversation with them. A video chat works equally as well, maybe even better. So when I say pick up the phone, could be a video chat too, that works as well. Same difference. The fact that you're getting one-on-one, face-to-face, so to speak, and up close and personal to build that relationship and move it forward. And know your numbers. You know, how many new approaches today did you do? I put a little box there. I put a number in there, number 10. You could have it, you know, be a dozen or 15 or 5 or whatever your number is. What won't fit in the box is your story, right? A story won't fit in the box. I have people come to me and they say, hey, you know, my business is not moving as fast as I'd like to. And I ask them, how many new approaches did you have today? And I'm looking for a number because, see, the story won't fit in the box. But if you give me the number, it's going to tell me the whole story, right? I know when people are building their business and when they're doing well and when they're not. And it really boils down to how many new people did you approach today about your business? How many yesterday? How many tomorrow? And again, we're doing something that's really easy to do and something that anyone can do. It's just a matter of getting your emotions out of this business process that works so well. Remember, you're only in competition with your yesterday's self. You don't want to compare yourself to anybody. All right, so some of the messaging, like I said, that's all on that website there. I'm going to point out one of these here that my good friend Bradley Charles from Lafayette, who's joining us in a moment, he turned me on to, and this is one that he's using. Thanks for the connection, Sally. That's this one down here. See if I can get, I can't get a mouse on it. Thanks for the connection, Sally. Every day I try to reach out to a few of my old and new Facebook friends. I was wondering if you have any interest in joining our CBD movement. We have a great community with a lot of like-minded individuals. I love this message because, you know, Brad's somebody that's connecting with brand new people all the time. He's somebody that, you know, is doing extremely well in the business. Let's see if I can get to the next slide here and get to Bradley. There he is. And Brad's joining us today, so I'm going to see if I can find Brad. Brad, are you out there?
Yep, I'm here.
Hey, how are you, Bradley?
Doing good.
Fantastic. Congratulations on getting to the 5K. Hey, you know, we had a great conversation today, and I noticed that you were, you know, doing some different things with messaging, and I thought maybe you could share just a few thoughts. I know that we had a conversation earlier today, and, you know, one of the things that we brought up was the difference between posting versus messaging and how you see that playing out.
Definitely. So I basically started CTFO about 10 months ago, and the first thing I thought about was post on Facebook. But the thing is, with Facebook, there's what's called an algorithm. And what happens is, I don't believe it could be, you know, a person looking over this or a computer, but once you may have put CBD, CBDA, you know, business opportunity, it's like your post falls down to the bottom of the list. But say you post something about how, you know, how the weather's so good today, everyone sees it. So what I came up with was, it's still good to post on your page as well and get the content out there, but private messaging is where it's at, because you 100% know that person's going to get that message. And I did come up with a couple of these little messages, and Adam read my first message I sent, and I got a couple others I sent right behind that one. But the biggest thing with it is, you know, don't never go for the business opportunity. Don't ever go for, you know, the products. Go for the movement, because the first thing that people think when you say business opportunity is pyramid scheme. But if you go for the movement, go for, are you interested in joining the CBD movement? We didn't talk about business yet. And then the second message I normally send out is I'll let them know, you know, we stand for our natural and organic CBD products. I still didn't tell them about the business. I didn't even talk about products in details. So basically it's making statements that has nothing to do with the business. It has nothing to do with the products, and you're just piquing their interest. The third message I normally send out is going to be, their permission for me to send them my landing page full of great information, and that explains everything to them. Once they have their interest peaked to that point, I go ahead and ask, do you have the time to take a look at 5 great videos that can explain this? Let the professionals do the work for you. So at the end of this conversation, they have all the interests, they have all the information they need, and I never explained nothing. I just worked my way from, greeting, thanks for the connection, to getting them interested, piquing their interest, giving them the videos. And never walk out saying, do you want to join my business? Here's my link. It's not going to work. I tried that. That will not work. You have to learn how to build that rapport, build that relationship, and let them, just give them the information they need without going to details. That's what I've been doing. And I tried different things over the last 10 months. I found something that really does work now. I actually started these messages 3 days ago. I have 20 people in my messages right now interested. And within them, 5 signed up. Just by not
I hate to interrupt here, but you said that you send out 20 messages, 5 of them have enrolled already. And one of the things you mentioned to me was that these people acted like they had never heard of CBD before. Meanwhile, you've been posting for 10 months.
Exactly. I've posted hundreds of things. I post about the business. I post about the products. And when I'm talking to these people for the first time, they're excited. They're interested, as if they never saw my post. And that's what makes me think, Facebook is hiding all our business posts.
Well, that's you know what? We've been talking about this for a long time. People will be posting on Facebook and thinking that they're building the business when they're not really doing that much. And yet you send out 20 messages and all of a sudden you have 5 brand new enrollments of people that could have seen your posts over the last 10 months, but evidently they did not. And so, so that's I guess the message that we're trying to convey here. But Brad, thank you so much for being on the webinar tonight. You're doing an amazing job with your team. I know you've got different trainings that you're doing for them, and I appreciate you being on our Zoom tonight.
And if I could add one more thing, Adam.
Yeah.
One more thing that I would definitely look at for everyone on the call is go on your Facebook and make the top picture, the background picture, make sure that's neutral. Make sure whenever you take your picture, it's just you. For the being of, say your name is Taylor. Taylor is guy or girl. And if you have you and your wife or you and your husband, they don't know who they're talking to. So make sure your background's neutral. It's just you in the picture. It's professional. Get a good catchy bio and drop content. So whenever you're messaging people, they're going to look. They're going to look and see if you're a leader or if you're a follower. That's all I have, Adam.
That's good stuff. Appreciate that. That is awesome. You want to cultivate and curate, I should say, your Facebook page. Don't just let anybody put something on there. Curate that. Make sure it looks like, if you were to visit you, would you join you? That's a good question, right? Because they're going to check you out on Facebook before they join your business. All right. Let's get to the next person here that I want to, talk about. And this is somebody that has just been so much fun to build a business with. This crew right here is doing such an amazing job. This is, they were inspirational in putting this Zoom together. And that's, of course, Michael Allison, Jayne Lookofsky, and Alfredette Atkinson. These guys came into the business on fire, with their hair on fire, and has not gone out since. It's been about 64, 65 days or so that they've been involved, and they've achieved 10K status in the company in that short period of time. I think Michael did it a few days earlier. I think, Jayne, you might have done it in 61 days. I think Alfredette was 62 or 63 days. But anyway, we're excited to have you guys on the line. We're going to start with Jayne, because I really want you to get a sense of what does it take. What does it take to create that kind of volume in that short period of time? So, Jayne, are you out there?
Yes. Okay, here we go.
Hey,
here I am.
What's up, Jayne? Good to see you.
I'm constantly pushing buttons, That's what I do all day. Copy, paste, copy, paste. Well, anyway, it's really great to be here and see everyone. I want to give a special welcome to Jessica McLeod in the crowd. It matches, it rhymes. Jessica McLeod's in the crowd, and guess what? She came in today. She came in today, and so did her sponsor. Her sponsor is Susan, and that's just extremely exciting. And I'm really looking forward to working with her and anybody that wants to work. So Adam wanted me to show you guys what I do. And I got the idea from Allison. And Michael showed me a pad of his. And, you know, it's one of those, these yellow pads here like this, you know, those legal size yellow pads. Hold on, my dog's barking. Sorry about that. Anyway, his rolls, each of his sheets rolled over. But I have this kind of paper here at home. And so I started doing like he does, because I don't think he was numbering them, but he had categorized them with different colors and stuff. Anyway, my friend just arrived. Hold on one second here. Let me let him in. I'm on the live here. Come on in, Raphael. So
Jayne's always got some business going on. People coming and going and joining.
There's never a dull moment. This is Raphael, by the way.
Hey, Raphael. Guys. Raphael just joined the team too. Welcome, Raphael.
Yeah, Raphael's brand new too. So
all right,
anyway,
Jayne, get situated.
Let me just get the
sit
point
down
here.
So your camera's not moving. And, show us those line notes. We want to see what's going on.
I'm going to turn this camera around. Let me know if you can see this. This is
perfect. Okay, good.
I'm on page 60. So it started here with page 1. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Take us to the last page. I want to see the last page. I want to see the number system you got going there.
Okay, I'm on number 966, I believe. This is 960. Okay, wait. There's 2 more sheets in my bedroom that I'm working on.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
I know where everything is. I know where everything is.
Here's the point I'm trying to make. It's been about 65 days or so. She has spoken with or reached out to or approached 964 people.
Yes,
and they're numbered. They're numbered. It's not pretty, but it works for Jayne.
Basically, I enrolled 1 per sheet. You see a big sticker? That means they came in.
They got like gold stars, like back in school, right? If you do one, you get a gold star.
Yeah. So basically, it's an average of one enrollment per page. So, you know,
fantastic.
I'm willing to do the work. You know, that's
for sure. Now, Jayne, tell us a little bit about, you know, where these people come from, because, you know, that seems like a lot of people, new people listening in, they're thinking, I can't talk to 961 people in the next, you know, 3 or 4 months. So where do these people come from?
Raphael's an old piano student of mine. Here's my piano.
All right, so we got old, you know, students of yours. But you know, you've got a lot of contacts, right? You have like 5,000.
This is a true story. I'm so excited. I actually call because when I was teaching Raphael, he said that he's up through the night. I remembered that.
Yeah.
So I called him. I tested him. I called him like 4 nights ago at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I almost called the police.
Was he up? Was he up? Were you up? He was up.
I almost called the police.
I'm just.
Obviously, Jayne's pretty serious about her business. But Jayne, Jayne, we got to get to your contacts. You have 2,100 phone contacts. Is that accurate?
Right.
On your phone, just people, just address book people, right? So anybody that tells you, I'm not on Facebook, I don't know anybody, right? Isn't there a lot of people in here? I've had an iPhone now for 12, 13, maybe 14 years. Haven't we all had a smartphone for that long? So you had 2,100 contacts in here. So you can always message those people, but you also had 5,000 Facebook friends, correct?
Yeah, normally I keep it at about 9,975 people.
You gotta leave room.
I try to keep 25 open.
And tell us, start from the beginning, because how did you get introduced to the business? I want to hear about that.
Okay. It was Michael Allison.
And what did he do?
Oh, the invite. I sent that to you, Jessica, today. And
Tell us about
you
the
know,
invite.
I was in another company. I still am. I'm just a customer now because I like the product. But this, so I'm watching this CBD industry going ballistic on Facebook, and I'm shaking my head. I'm saying, "Oh my goodness, I'm in the wrong industry." I wish I could get a piece of that CBD industry action. And then my next thought was like, well, where would I start? You can get them you can get CBD everywhere, gas stations, and like, I wouldn't know where to start. And so then my next thought was, because it would take a long time, a lot of work to investigate and
Yep.
search and everything. So my next thought was like, oh, well, kind of missed that boat. And then 2 weeks later, I got that invite at 7 in the morning. When I woke up, I read it. It was from Michael Allison. I was like, I am in. I didn't even hesitate. It was like a dream come true. I always wanted to be in this industry.
Yeah. And the message that was sent was this one I've got highlighted in blue here at the bottom. Hopefully everybody can see that. That was the original message that I had been using from the beginning. Michael started using it, and it's always nice to see a group come in and reprove what you already know. But you guys have certainly done that in a big way. So is there anything else that you'd like to share? I know you do a lot of stuff on the phone, Jayne. So you reach out with messaging, and then you're either picking up the phone or you're doing a Facebook video chat, which is kind of new to me. I'm absolutely loving it, and it's obviously effective. Can you talk a little bit about that for a second?
Oh, you mean when I go live every day and just walk and talk, you mean?
No, when you do three-way calls, except they're video chats.
Oh, and what about them?
They're just brilliant. You just do them on the fly. You go, let me try to get this one. Let me try to get that one. Let me pull out of it. And then you're all on the screen together, and you're not giving a testimony or answering a question or anything. I know it's just, as far as building relationships goes, I think that is a missing link for a lot of people, because there are not a lot of people that do what you do on that. And it's not hard to do. You don't need any special technology. You're just starting a little chat, just like you would a regular chat on Facebook, only pressing the video icon.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we did that. We did that today with Jessica.
That's fantastic.
You and
and
I.
here's Jessica. She's on the Zoom tonight. Well, Jayne, listen, I want to move on. We got some other things we got to cover, but I just want to say congratulations on hitting 10K that quickly. I know you're on a mission. You've got like a person coming in every single day. If you don't bring a person in, you'll call them at 2 in the morning and you'll bring somebody in. You just won't go to bed until you bring somebody in. So congratulations on that.
Just make a list.
There's one right there. And anyway, we appreciate you and everything you're doing. Keep up the great work. We're going to see you on, I'm sure, many future events.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you
let's go
so
to
much,
Michael Allison. Mike, how are you, my friend? You got to unmute yourself. Let's see. I'll unmute you. There we go. Michael, you're back. I got you.
Hi. Can you hear me all right? I'm sure you can.
Fine. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. It looks like we really got a great crowd here this evening.
We do have a good crowd, that's for sure. I wanted to just point out something I noticed that you all have in common. You all started with a Platinum Business Builder Pack. That was something you have in common. You're all on auto ship, and you promote auto ship to the people you enroll. You all are using private messaging to approach your contacts, and then you pick up the phone. Remember, the end goal is to get them offline and into the real world on the phone or face-to-face. Maybe not so much face-to-face today in person, but face-to-face nonetheless. And you're willing to go through the numbers. You guys have gone through some crazy numbers with your daily activity goals. and you're doing a lot of pointing and clicking. Brad pointed it out earlier. You know, he's sending videos for people to watch. You're sending tools and videos and links, and you're letting the tools do the heavy work. And I think that that is something that you all have in common. Maybe you can talk to some of these things, you know, how you've been doing this and what's been working for you.
Thank you. You know, actually, I'm going to change my strategy up a little bit because of what something was said here, and it really is really true. And it has everything to do with that messenger. Jayne and I, for the last 2 years, and for the last 2 years, I can't tell you how many times in the course of a day, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a day, I'll get a phone call, or Jayne will get a phone call, and it's not the phone call. We are instant message pros. If we're pros at anything, it's forget about the phone. People want to see one another face to face, cheek to cheek, tongue to tongue, nose to nose. They want to know who they're getting involved with. I've always said, and I don't want to preach to the choir here, but I've always said that people don't join companies, people join people. And I think that that's where the magic is, at least, you know, for Jayne and myself and the team that we're assembling, is at any time, if somebody doesn't have Facebook, it's the first thing that somebody's got to do. Is get Facebook, just so we can have the opportunity of meeting face to face like we are here this evening with everybody else. And when that happens, magic happens. I mean, there's a gentleman here this evening with Jayne, Raphael, I mean, who his past history was an attorney. And I've met Raphael before, you've met Raphael before, and it's nothing to have 4 or 5 people on Zoom, not on Zoom, but instant message going on at one time. And it's about excitement. It's about really being excited about what you have. And we really have an awful lot to be thankful for, to take a look at a company that's 5 years, and we all know, you know, between that 5th and 10th year is where millionaires are created. I don't care what company it is in the network marketing, consumer direct marketing industry, it's where millionaires are created between the 5th and 10th year. So if there's ever a time to take it really serious, this would probably be the time. And I've been around for 24 years full-time in network marketing. I did okay. I really did well in network marketing, made a great living. And I just continue to have fun because I, you know, as cliche as it may be, you know, I just love helping people. And, you know, with today's world, you take a look at the 30s and the 40s and the 50s. I'll tell you, if you don't have a plan B today, you know, it's just not going to be pretty, you know, unless you're a doctor or an attorney. You know, just think of having the opportunity to develop MSI technology by having residual income month after month after month because somebody is going to continue to use a product, whether you're there or not. I mean, how many times have I told you, Adam, speaking to you in the morning, and I said, boy, you know, it's wonderful to get up and take a look at your emails to have somebody that has gone and spent a couple $100s on products. And what is really crazy in my 24 years, I know I'm off track, but I think it's important. In 24 years of being in this industry, I have never experienced waking up in the morning having people ordering products, $200 and $300 and $1,000 products overnight, $50, $60, $70. That's called reoccurring income, whether you're awake or whether you're not. So let's get back to what it is that you wanted me to talk about here. Number one, if you can use Messenger today, it seems, you know, or Zoom, I suppose, but Messenger just really works well for Jayne and I because it's fast, it's instant, it's like a phone call, only we're where we are today. But I've been like Jayne for many years. I got pads, and I put on my pads. I got a girl here by the name of Tracy, let me see, she works at the Portland Golf Course. She used to work at the bank. She's 38 years old. Husband works on construction, and she's got 2 mortgages. So I make notes on everybody that I meet, and I'm not going to do this individually, but I've got a whole bunch of pads here. And of course, these composition notebooks. And I'm kind of like Jayne. You'll see sticker notes and highlights, and that's one. Then I got another one that's completely full. And at the end of the day, guys, the only inventory that you really have, in my opinion, is contacts. If you have no contacts, we're out of business. And I would recommend that everybody's on the phone all the time. So I don't need to teach you to do that. And you've got to be running across people like I do on a daily basis. And I say, geez, you know what? Let me get in contact. And I will pick up the phone, or better yet, I'll be very honest with you. What I do a lot of the time is I will call them on instant message. And it's amazing, they'll pick up. And, you know, if I've never met them before, I'll just say, you know, this is Mike Allison. You know, we've been connected on Facebook. We've never talked. And I won't talk about the business. I'm just kind of introducing myself. We may have something in common, whether it be hiking, you know. It's about categories, you know, whether you're a hiker, whether you're a walker, swimmer, a golfer. I don't care what you do. There's people around us all the time, no matter where we go. I mean, if I go to the grocery store and I'm standing in line, my ears are tuned. How can I help somebody else? So when I hear somebody complain about the car is broken, or we don't have enough money to send the kids to college, or we don't know how we're going to pay the mortgage, I just turn around and I offer my help. You know, I think I may help you. Why don't we connect this evening at 7 o'clock? And then I'll give them my business card. And when I do give them my business card, and some of you may object to this, but that's okay. I don't give them the company card. I'll give them my hiking card, because I don't want them to start running the other way, because in today's technology, people can go home and start Googling and come with assumptions of what this is or what this is not. So I use my hiking card. In my hiking card, they don't know what it is I do. So I get a shot at them, you know, in hopes that I can help them. And there's not a day, I'm on 2 new pads, two completely new pads since I've been with CTFO, of people that I didn't know 60 days ago per se. And I do want everybody to know one thing. I have been in network marketing for 24 years full time. And when I left my last company to do this company, I had been with that company for 14 years. I want everybody to know that I did not go over to that company to start bringing people over here, because I don't believe in breaking down other companies to go build another one. The company I left was a great company. I still use the products. But what excited me was $22 to $23 billion that can be had within the next 24 months to 36 months. And I didn't have that opportunity with the 36-year company that I had been with. And one thing that I do know, and you all know this, go in a crowd of 100 people and just say CBD, and everybody turns around and says, what? You've got 100 conversations going on, okay? Now, even though we come up with a fabulous, one of my best products, glutathione, nobody knows what glutathione is. You can ask a doctor what glutathione is, and they don't know, because I've been there. And you can shout out glutathione, and it wouldn't mean a thing. But CBD, it's like, boom. And the conversation becomes so simple, it's unbelievable. So I'm going to leave everybody with this. 4 words, and write this down. Everybody, get their pen out, write this down. 4 words that is worth $1 million to you in this industry. And I learned them a little over 10 years ago with Eric Worre. And that was, if I, would you? put those 4 words in your conversation. If I can show you a way, would you take a look at this video? And then shut up. It's either yes or no. I know I'm getting into training, but I love training.
Mike, we have 60 seconds left, so you can wrap it up.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just
No, go ahead. 60 seconds. Wrap it up.
Yeah. If I would you, play with those 4 words. And you can use that in your daily life with your wife, your kids. Hey, honey, if I vacuum for you, would it be okay if I go golfing with the boys tomorrow? I'm telling you, it works. But if I would you is a $1 million maker in this industry. So it's all on how you set things up. It's how you set a phone call up. And you all know this. All I can say is this. 24 years, I encourage every one of you people, whether you've been here 6 months, a year, 5 years, it doesn't matter. This is worth doing, and this is the plan B that will set you free. Thank you very much.
You're awesome. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Great job tonight. We'll see you on a future Zoom. Everybody have a great night. Bye-bye for now.
Good night, everybody.